being an event MC, how is it different compared to TV hosting?
Well, there's a lot more preparation when you do television hosting. You've got a producer, you've got a scriptwriter, and it all depends if you're doing pre-recorded or live. But you always have that opportunity to sort of, correct yourself as you're going along. As compared to event emceeing, it's live, it's there and then, and you most probably have a client, somebody who's paying you to run the event smoothly. So that's where the added pressure comes in from the client. TV presenting, you've got a producer who's looking out for you, because the producer also wants the show to turn out great. So, you've got a really big team working together. Now, many times when it comes to event MC, you have the event organizer, the person who's running the event. You may have a PR person who's going to help you with the script. Sometimes you just give them pointers and you have to do it yourself. So it's very, very different, the two. What's fun about events is at that one time you meet so many people, and before you know it, the event's over. And every event is different. There's entertainment, there are things to look out for, so there's great food. If you get the chance to eat, that's not always the case.
Have you ever occurred like unexpected error, and how do you overcome those kind of unexpected errors?
I emceed an event, and this was several Hari Rayas ago, and there was a minister in attendance. The event organizer didn't do a mic check, a sound check, and there was something wrong with the sound system, and the mic wouldn't work, and when it came on, there was feedback when I was talking, so it was horrible. Sometimes you do have bad days, and when you do, you just pray that the event finishes real fast. Well, how you overcome it is know that you're in control. You're the master of the ceremony, so it's up to you. Every MC works differently. I like to prepare my own scripts. I like at least to have my own pointers. Then I know what I'm talking about. Many a times, clients will come and make last-minute changes. I think after a while, with experience, you kind of learn how to roll with the punches. And then, as long as you have fun, most importantly, as long as you know your facts, very, very important, and know what's going on, always remember the name of your VIP, never get them wrong, but have fun. Because you see, people who are in the audience watching you, they want to see you. If you have fun, they have fun watching you. If you're understood, sometimes nerves come in a way. So learn how to overcome that, but eventually it does come with experience. When you make mistakes or go through technical glitches, don't harp on it. Don't be like, oh no, I set the VIP's name wrong. Oh no, I set the VIP's name wrong. And then you keep on going with it. Yes, just go with it. If you apologize, people make mistakes. And if you're pleasant, if you have fun, and you're respectful, then the organizers will be forgiving for small shortcomings.
Sometimes you just go stage fright, and then sometimes you can go even blank. Like your script is like you can go blank, and then you have stage fright, and then everything comes into your mind, your bad thoughts, like, am I going to do this well? Am I going to be great? Am I going to be a good MC and all that? So how do you overcome that type of mindset?
Well, I think for start, what's very important is you do your own preparation. You do your research about the company, you do your research about the culture of the company. When they have events, are they very serious? Type of bunch of people? Are they bankers? Or are they, really rowdy, fun-loving people? Yes, do they like the craziness? So you kind of get it, if you've got friends who emceed jobs for them, you ask them, see how it is. Me, I like preparing. I like coming early. And I will sit in the room and I would get used to the space of the crowd. Of course it will be an empty room when you walk in, but you expect, okay, 120 people maybe, get used to your stage. And then if you have a chance to mingle with people, because you want to build alliance. A friend of mine, Fat Faves, radio DJ now, he has got a very, very interesting fact or a tip. What he does is he actually looks out for the loudest person in the room. He'll go out before the event starts and he mingles. Usually people will be hanging outside for cocktails. So the loudest person means the person cracking the jokes, the person laughing, the center of the tension. Befriend that person, because you see, odds are he's the person who is the trendsetter. He's the guy who instigates things. So if you have him on your side, and then so he'd be like, okay, this guy that's alright. You know,
Maybe a big advantage.
yes,
to
like
us
he'd be the
as
first to clap, to laugh, and then because he's the natural leader, social leader for everyone. And this is not necessarily a boss. It just could be, you know,
Any random.
yeah, any random popular person. Like look at the popular person. So that kind of helps to have them on your side.
I see. That's a very useful tip we get today. See, although we prepare scripts, sometimes, like I said earlier, some unexpected things might come in, or people might just jump in and ask you questions. So how do you quickly go through that critical thinking? How do you suggest we overcome it? Maybe should we read more, or should we like practice or see news more, practice our script?
Well, as an MC, as an event MC, people are going to be asking you current issue questions. Even as a TV host, when you're interviewing something, it's very, very, very important that you know your facts. But remember, you are not the expert. Your guest is the expert. So sometimes when I'm hosting, okay, I'll give you two examples on two scenarios. When I'm on the breakfast show, when I'm on a morning talk show, I meet people who are doctors, entertainers, politicians. So it's very important you know your facts, you know everything around it, but you don't, this is not your opportunity to be like, hey, remember that act? Didn't it say this and that and this and that? You know, didn't the people just pass this and that, this and that? I mean, unless you're doing hard talk, you know, BBC's hard talk, but it's alright for you to be the layman, because if you think of your viewers, they may not be experts on the issue. So, you know, get to know your viewers like what they want. So it's okay that you don't come across stupid. Know your facts. But you don't need to be the expert, because that's what you're getting.
You don't need to exaggerate what you know.
No,
Just
it's not the time to show off. Although some people are like that, but you know, my style is very much relaxed, casual. But when it comes to MCing, don't worry, people won't be asking you, hey, what's your opinion on, you know, or the accident that happened yesterday. People are going to ask you stuff like that. But yes, halfway through the event, the organizer is going to come up and say, hey, you know what, the client wants you to do a lucky draw here, followed by a performance. I had an event in Sabah where I prepared the entire script, and halfway through I checked it. And why? Because the performance, impromptu performance after performance, Aisyah lepas ni ada pocho-pocho. Okay, go with the flow.
Yes.
Be conversational. You know, don't worry about using big bombastic words. Talk and deliver how you would normally talk, because that's what makes you comfortable. Yeah, don't try and sound like a rocket scientist or anything like that, because you know you'll be using words that you're not familiar with, and then you're trying to remember it and trying to look smart. As an event MC, once again, don't come across as stupid, but don't be worried about being smart. Be yourself. You know, and you will find that niche.
That means the key here is always be yourself. Never try to follow
and be comfortable with whatever words you're delivering, whatever script you write. That's why I like to rewrite scripts, or when they give me the script, I will change words. I'm like, oh, that word's too big. I ain't gonna say that, because you know what?
something that is comfortable.
Yes, and always go with the flow. So once you understand the flow of the event, you can pretty much use your words to describe anything. Just say, for instance, after this there's a singer, and then you happen to know that the singer won 7 Grammys. So, hey, the singer after this who just won 7 Grammys, and she just had twins. You know, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for twins. So something simple. Just know your facts, know your flow, but use words you're comfortable with.
I see. That's a lot to take in for today.
That's why you have a video, because you can watch it over and over again.
Yeah, that's why we have a video. She's really nice. Okay, before we end, so I would like you request you to get a shout out or message to us DZMS trainee who wants to be an MC.
So all you DZMS trainees who want to be an MC or host, don't worry if you fluff up. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Your first, second, third, fourth, even 20,000th time. You're bound to make mistakes. Always be calm and relax. And it takes time, it takes practice to learn the skills of the trade. We all start somewhere. I started somewhere too. And you eventually will get to a point where this will come naturally to you. So never give up, just keep on going. Even if one experience was bad, take on the other job. Take on the other job, take on the other job. The more jobs you do, the more opportunities you get to host, the better you will be at it. So good luck.